What's up, everybody, and how is everybody doing? It's a beautiful view. Look at that view. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful view. This isn't too far from where we live here on Sherga Island. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. A little bit about myself. I came to the Philippines 2012. Met my beautiful wife and went back to the States. Came here, retired in 2016. So next year it'll be going on 10 years. Spent 8 years up in a fairly nice sized city in Luzon, and it'll be 1 year that we've been living in the province down here on Siargao Island. Yeah, it's been a great fun adventure, right? I mean, I think I got a little bit of time in personal stories, personal experiences I want to share. But you know what? I was thinking about this topic today. All right. Don't be a cash cow ex, expat sucker boy. Don't be a cash cow expert sucker boy. Expat sucker. I'll get it right. Don't be an cash cow expat sucker boy. What do I mean by that? I'm going to tell you this story on my experience here in the Philippines when I came here and what I experienced. Now, I had met a female online prior to meeting my wife. Look. And just like everybody else, you meet a girl online, you get talking to them and everything like that. You get to know them, and you think everything's great, everything's cozy. You met the woman of your dream. You got to remember something. When you're talking to somebody online, you're looking through a screen, just like you're looking through a screen at me. You only see what's in the background, right? Same way with her. She sees you and what you have in the background and everything like that. You don't know how she lives, where she lives, her living conditions. You're only being told what she's telling you and what you're seeing. You can get there and it could be not what you expected, right? When I met the girl online, of course, I was a sucker. I was the cash cow. I was the sucker boy, right? Didn't know any better. There weren't videos out there at the time. 2012, I think there was only a handful of videos on the Philippines. One guy was giving out advice, and he was there in 2012, and I said to myself, well, how much of an expert is he? He's been here, put his boots on the shore here in the Philippines maybe a couple months before I did. So how big of an expert can he be? But he was giving out all this expert advice, and I could see through that. But there was nothing out there. Not like today. Not like today. There's tons of advice out there. Now, who you take your advice from, that's completely up to you. I will never blow smoke up your ass. I am not a sunshine and rainbows kind of guy. I tell it how I see it. The experiences I have had here in the Philippines, not somebody else's experiences that I heard, not through a second, third party, firsthand experience, right? So me being a sucker boy, all right, met the girl online. I think we talked for a couple years. And then she was like, well, when are you going to come out? When are you going to come out? Finally, I just pulled the trigger. Let me go out. Let me go out. Meanwhile, prior to going out, I was paying the rent. How much is your rent? All right, here you go. How much is your electric? Boom, here you go. How much do you need in food? Here you go. All right, so I came out. Am I a mosquito-fested area? So I came out to the Philippines and everything like that. Went to the apartment. I'm like, no, this isn't going to do. I bought all new furniture. Bought a refrigerator. Bought a bed set. Bought kitchen set, pots, pans, cups, plates, silverware. You name it, I bought it. Coffee table, end table. And it wasn't a very big apartment. And I think it was maybe 7,000 pesos a month. All right. So the first time I came out, there we are, hanging out. And I was only out for a couple weeks. Went back. Meanwhile, I'm giving money. All right. Came back the second time. Got there and she's like, oh, my computer's bad. All right, let me go get you a new computer. Went out and got a new laptop. My phone's bad. All right, go get a new laptop. And she also had a child. Child was young, and of course I was buying diapers and formula and all that other stuff, right? The things that a sucker boy would do. A cash cow sucker boy, right? Third time, I'm like, I'm coming out. I'm going to spend quality time out here. All right, well, my ex boyfriend, the father of the child, she said, he found out where we live. Now I'm scared. I got to move. So, me being that cash cow expat sucker boy, all right, we'll move. How much money do you need? Send her money. She moved. Said, all right, well, where do you live? What's your address? Gave me an address. Flew out here, landed, excited to see her, and well, that address didn't exist. I can laugh about it now, right? I can laugh about it now because you know what? It happened. I experienced it. It didn't make me hate the Philippines, not want to come back. Matter of fact, I stayed. I'm like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying here, not going nowhere. And thank God. Thank God, because you know what? I got talking to Lut, my current wife right now, and here we are, 12 years later, happy, smiling, enjoying life. That door closed, but the better door open. You got to look out for these things like this. Here's some of the signs you might experience or whatever. I would always tell her, hey, can you show me around in the apartment prior to me coming out, right? I can't. The computer's not working and the camera's not working and stuff. There's a reason for that, all right? Like in my case, the father of the child, her boyfriend, I don't even think they're together anymore. Well, he was living there when I wasn't there. He would pack up all his shit and move out. Any pictures, any photos, anything like that, she would pack up and put away, right? Red flag right there. Another one was, hey, I'd like to meet your friends. I'd like to get to know your friends. Oh, no, no. Always came up with an excuse of why she couldn't introduce me to her friends. Hey, I'd like to meet your family, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, whatever. Always an excuse. Now, I did manage to meet her family, but they were all kind of like, you know, kind of like, I wouldn't say not welcoming, but I could sense there was something there, all right? But it is what it is, right? I probably spent 15,000 US dollars in 3 years on her, maybe even a little more between everything I was sending her and buying her and this and that. But you know what? It was the best $15,000, and I'm talking US dollars, I ever spent in my life. Because if I wouldn't have spent that and that wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So I didn't get bitter. I know some guys get bitter, angry, mad. F the Philippines, da da da. Women, they're going to take your money and this and that and this and that. But it is what it is. Another thing, if you're not familiar and you're new to the channel, we live where we live now with 18, sometimes 19, of my wife's family members. And I don't mean like live next to them or live down the road from them. We all live on the homestead, the 215 homestead, all right? Some live inside, sleep inside. The uncle and stuff and his family are outside, the sisters in the back. We all are in the same area. And one of the things I established with my wife from day one is like, I am not going to be financing your family. It's not going to happen. And my wife was on board with it. She felt the same way. So make sure you choose the right woman. All right. You don't want to be financing the family. Now, when it comes to emergencies and things like that, you have to decide if it's an emergency or if it's not, right? Because once you start forking out that money, they're going to expect it all the time. My wife's uncle, my brother, or my wife's brother, my brother-in-law, Miguel, God bless him. God bless him. First family member to go to college, to graduate top of his class, ride a full scholarship. And he was so proud and so happy. And here he was, it's his dream job, his dream thing he wanted to do. But here in the Philippines, unless you know people to get you in, you're not going to get in. And that was the situation with him. Not only that, there's 5 million people graduating every year, but there's only 10 positions available. A lot of times, companies and businesses and stuff, they'll hire in somebody because they're a family member, not because they're qualified, just because they're a family member. And I knew it broke his heart. I knew it hurt him that he could not pursue his goal. He was going to be a marine biologist, and he had a full scholarship. Everything was paid for. However, certain things that he needed for schooling, he had to pay extra for like getting certified for diving and things like that. And I had no problem sending money to help him accomplish his dream. Little things like that. Lutz's father, when he passed away, we paid the funeral costs and everything like that. No problem. I don't mind doing things like that. Lutz's grandmother, when she passed away, we covered the funeral costs. Don't mind doing things like that. But hey, I want a new motorcycle, it's not happening. Hey, feed me. That ain't happening either. It's not happening. And you have to put your foot down. All my brother-in-laws, they all work. They all work. Lutz's older brother, my brother-in-law, he was down in the province. My mother-in-law was raising his kids because their mother passed away at a young age. And he would work and he'd send a little bit. You know what I mean? And he contacted us because he knew we had moved here and asked me, you mind if I come up there? And I'm like, no, I don't mind you coming up here. However, you're going to work. I'm not your free ride. I'm not paying for you. I'm not paying for your kids. You're going to work. I don't mind giving you a place to lay your head, a roof over your head, somewhere for you to, use water, use electric, internet, but I am not going to pay for I'm not your meal ticket. All right? No problem. He came up here and I'm like, you know what? I'll observe. I will sit back. I will observe. And the guy's working. He is working construction work. If he's not doing construction work, maybe some evening we have a family friend that's a DJ. He'll go work with him. And he gets paid. He gets paid to hang out and listen to music. Break down the DJ equipment and, put it on the truck or trike or whatever and bring it home. He's working. And I'm proud that he's working. And I know he feels good that he's working. And he's able to provide food for his family. That's all I ask. He gives all the money. Well, he keeps some, but he gives it all to my mother-in-law. She goes out. She buys rice. She buys food for the kids. She buys whatever they need. Transportation, this, that, and this and that. You got to put that foot down. My wife's youngest brother, my other brother-in-law, he works. He has a decent job. He likes where he works. His boss is really good to him, takes care of him, helps him out. He just had surgery to have gallbladder removed, paid for 100%. I didn't put a penny out of my pocket. He had PhilHealth. And then his boss helped with other expenses. He loves working. Miguel, when we first got here, he wasn't working. And I knew I know everything bothers him with the fact he couldn't pursue his dream job. But we were talking with him, and my wife was talking with him. It's like, Miguel, go find something. You will feel better about yourself, and you will feel good that you accomplish something in life every day. You will feel good that you have some money in your pocket every day, So he went out and he found a job, all right? Matter of fact, he's had 2 jobs now. His first job, he was delivering packages, and that was crazy. That was crazy. And he quit that, but he did not quit that job before he had a second job lined up. So I give him kudos for that, for not just quitting and going find another job, waiting around. he had a job lined up. And the job he has now, he loves it. He loves it. Well, I don't know if he loves it, it's a job, right? But where he's at now, he has a lot of opportunities because he works for my younger brother-in-law works. And that guy that they work for has multiple businesses in General Luna, and the opportunities there. And I know he will take advantage of it. My wife's uncle and his family, a total of 6 of them, live beside us. All right. When we got here, he would work, then he would get paid, and then he would sit around and wait till that money was gone, find another job, wait till that money was gone. And it's like we encouraged him, like, listen, you're a very good tradesman, craftsman, or carpenter. He can do a lot of good things, and he is very skilled, very good. Get some work around General Luna. So he got some work in General Luna. Matter of fact, my younger brother-in-law, Norvell, hooked him up with his boss. Had a job, they did it, but then word got around that, hey, this guy's good. He's really good. And finding good help here can be hard. You may find it, and they may quit, and they're down the road. But his name now is out there, and he's getting job offers to work. Now, her uncle works. Lutz, my brother-in-law, Lutz's older brother, works with him. He's a painter. And the friend of the family, Gary, who stays here also, he's like the, how do you call it? The go-getter, you know, go get this, go get that, cut this, do that. You know what I mean? He's just, I forget what they call it, but they all work together and they do a really good job. So their name's out there. And I think they feel proud. They should feel proud. It's a matter of just encouragement, encouraging them to do things, to get out, make money. I know they all feel good. Miguel and his brother, Norvelin, they went out and they purchased a brand new motorcycle. They're splitting the cost. Now they have a new motorcycle and like, look what you got now. You feel you're like, that's the reward of you working. But guys, you've got to put your foot down. The other brother, he's in the he works. He works too. Everybody's working. Everybody's making money. I'll look down, make sure there's not a snake going by me, right? Or a lizard. But it's getting dark over there. Encouragement. Here's another good thing. My family, they are not Red Horse drunks. You know what I'm saying? They're not Red Horse drunks. You have a Red Horse drunk in your family, look out, look out. They don't want to do anything. They just want to run around and go from this party to this party to this party, drink here, drink there. Hey, give me money, give me money, give me money. And once you start, it's going to be out of control. You've got to pick and choose how you want to help your family. See what I'm saying? You got to pick and choose. We don't really contribute when it comes to food to our family. They take care of it all. When we first got here, you know, they would do a thing of rice and it was small and then like spread like 2 pieces of chicken amongst everybody. You know what I'm saying? They eat it. If you bought a loaf of bread, gone within minutes. If you brought some donuts back from the bakery, gone within minutes. I can tell you right now, everybody contributing, everybody's eating. They get 3 good meals a day. That when we're done dinner, there's leftovers. When they're done breakfast, there's leftovers, right? We have a guy that runs up and down the road. He sells fresh fish every day. Go out there, snatch up some fish, 120, 130, 200 pesos per kilo, depending on the fish. Everybody eats good, and that fish will feed everybody through the day. But you got to be careful. You do have to be careful. You've got to draw that line. Now, if you're rich and you can afford to take care of everybody in your wife or girlfriend's family, good for you. Good for you that you can do it. I wish I could. I wish I could build everybody a house on their own land and nobody would have to work and sit back and drink Red Horse and all that other fun stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. We do drink on holidays, special occasions, and when we drink, we have a good time. But guys, you have to be careful. You got to put your foot down. And if you got that girl that doesn't know how to say no to her family, you're the one that's going to have the headache. Who wants to come to the Philippines and retire and have to have a financial burden headache, with the girl you're with or your wife and her family? That's a lot of stress to put on someone, and you can be limited in funds. You got to remember, you got to look out for yourself and say your wife, all right? A girlfriend's a girlfriend. If she ain't committed to you and you're not married, technically you don't have to look out for her, but every case is different. Oh, and we also, we have Hannah Grace that we take care of, and also Bing Bing. Bing Bing is my wife's cousin. And her father, POS. POS, that's all I have to say. He don't send a penny, a peso to help her out. But that's all right. So anyways, guys, there it is. Don't be that cash cow expat sucker boy. I was. Live and learn. It didn't make me a bitter person towards the Philippines. You remember, guys, you always hear the horror stories. The horror stories. That's what you hear. All right? You don't hear the good stories. Good stories nobody wants to hear about. There's no drama there. So I hope I hope this helps somebody out. Like I said, first-hand experience. I'm not relaying somebody else's story. Like I said, going on 10 years here, but 12 years total. I know I'm not an expert. I know there's people with a lot more life experiences here in the Philippines, but I'm just sharing what I have learned, and I hope it helps you. Anyways, guys, it's dark there, but nice there. We'll talk to you later.